here the problem is, so for update user I specify the key as post. So we are doing put operation, so we have to specify put. So put, and this for this id the scope dot user id I am passing, dot scope dot json I am passing. Now if I refresh, now I am going to updating the record for second. So I am giving Harish Tirupati and Harish at gmail.com. Now if I click update, yes, done. So get all users. See, second one is updated with Harish. Previously it was different, now it is updating with Harish. So this is how we can update it. Final one is, so till now we have discussed get user, get all users, get a user, and save user, update user. In the same way we can delete the user. So the method name I am giving delete user. So this delete user I am giving delete method is delete and so this one here method I am using delete. The scope dot user json not required to pass, only id if you pass, that is fine. So what I am doing is, in this one I am copying it. So input type equal to button, value is delete, and method we have to call is delete user. So and it will not display anything, so I keep it as it is. Now let me verify. So I am going to deleting first record. If I click delete, yes, done. Now let me verify whether first record is there or not. So it is not there. Now I am going to deleting 11th record. So delete, yes, done. Service is done. Get all user, 11 is deleted. So that is how we can work with ng resource for get, post, put and delete operation. So for this, what we did is we extend the ng resource module. So this ng resource module is in it is a separate, it is available in separate script file, angular resource.js file. So we have to use this angular resource.js file in order to work with $resource services. These $resource services especially they introduce for handling such REST services. Next one is, so we configure strip trailing slashes false, because so $resource always what it will do is it will strip the last character in the URL, last slash in the URL, it will strip it. So to avoid such stripping in the configuration, $resource provider dot defaults dot strip trailing slashes equal to false. So it means now $resource it will not strip the slashes in URL end. Okay, so I have created one controller. In the controller, for get one method and get for particular user, for all users I created one method get. For particular user I created get user info method. For save user I created save user info method, and for update user method delete a user I created one method delete user. So in this all methods, I use dollar resource to do a certain functionality, to do corresponding functionality. For delete dollar resource, the parameters I have to pass delete, and method type, what is the how the, so these are all services in Angular. These are the REST services we have given, we have implemented in HTTP. So okay, so method delete means we are going to using the delete operation on particular URL with these parameters. In the same way, we are using operation type put, means we are using put operation on this URL with these parameters. The same way save user, so we are using post operation on this URL with these parameters. Okay, so if you are going to retrieving array, we put is array is true. If we are not if we are not getting array, then we put is array is false. So this is about yeah, overall about ng resource. Okay, so now we have two more topics: animation and internationalization. Okay, how we can implement animation in AngularJS. So for this we have separate JS file in order to integrate animation in Angular. So by default Angular will not support animation, so with the help of another JS file we can implement animation. So that JS file is Angular animate.js file. So using this JS file we can implement some animation in web pages. Okay, how we can implement animation in web pages using Angular? So for this I created one HTML, animate.html. So there I have created one button, add button and clear button. So add button, it will add the list of items, and clear button, it clears the all items at a time. But while adding and while clearing, so I am applying some animation style to add it and remove it. If you see here, so for this these are the styles I applied: ng enter transition 0.75, opacity 0, ng enter active, opacity 1. So this is related to CSS. Okay, so we apply this CSS while removing, this CSS is used by animate min.js file. So based on that, the addition and removing it will work. Now let me see the screen how it is working. So I added ng animate module. I use this module in my animate module. Okay, now I am working how we can add it and remove it. So I am refreshing this page. Once I click add, see items is adding like this with some animation way. So once I clear it, see each and everything is clearing on some animation. Now if I remove particular element, that is removing in a blur state, and if I remove something another element, it is going to removing in a blur way. So it is not immediately it is going. Suppose if I am not using animation, ng animate, if I remove it, now let's see how it will work. So once I click add, see directly at one shot all items is adding. Once I clear, at one shot all items are clearing. Okay, once you remove particular element, at one shot that is removing. See, there is no waiting, there is no transition to sometime to remove it. It is one shot it is removing that element. So in order to apply some animation for this, we can use ng animate module. We can use ng animate module in our application. Now if we see here, click add, Okay, so items are adding with some delay with some animation. If we clear these also, some it is at a time it is not removing, with some delay it is removing. Okay, so such animation we can apply, we can implement in our application. Normally animation, if it required, we can use in our application, we can use it in web pages. Normally we no need that much, we no need to know more about animation. Okay, so when if we require to implement in your web page in an animation way, we can use this type of animation. Okay, and it is not like a gaming type of animation we cannot implement in in AngularJS. It is simple animation we can apply here. That's it. Next one is internationalization. So internationalization means, so one site that is normally it is in English language. Now same site you want to develop in Chinese, and same site you are going to develop in Japanese. So the content you are displaying on site that that is different in Chinese character. In the same way, the content you are displaying in English that is different in Japanese character. So implementing or creating a project for multiple languages, that is called internationalization. So your language should support internationalization. Suppose Java is there, so Java it is supporting internationalization. So we can develop the site in English, same site we can develop in Chinese, same site we can develop in Japanese. So such a internationalization concepts, Angular also supporting such a internationalization concepts. So for now I am creating one IATN.html file. Here I am displaying date, so date and money. Okay, so date, full date, and currency. Now I have one JS file, I have to create one JS file. I18n.js. So this I18n.js file okay, so I'm not going to adding anything. IATN.html script, that's it. Now I will open this page. Firefox Angular.module. Okay, so here I am creating one module and I have to include script /script src equal to scripts /i18n.js. So in i18n.js I am creating module. That module name I am giving as I18n module and I18n controller. So this controller I am going to using here, and okay, so we do not require this, and these also not required. Angular.module scope date equal to date, and so these two variables I am specifying here. IATN controller and IATN module. And we don't need this animation, so script, I have to include one more script. lib/js/angular.js file. Okay, now let's see. Angular is not defined. Yes, see, for what I am doing is, in my controller I created date and money, so that is I am going to displaying here. So date with full date, money in currency. So if I didn't specify this script, suppose I am not using that script, now it will display Sunday, March 27, 2016 and $5,000. So this is how default local we are using for any application. Even if you use Java date, if you display date, it will display like this, and if you display currency, it will display like this. But you want to display this date in a Hindi. Okay, so for this we have to use angular local hi_in.js. So if you use this JS file, it will display the currency in that specific local. See, Ravivar 27 March 2016, 5,000 rupees. This is rupee symbol in Indian currency. Okay, so this is how we can display the data in different local. So likewise, there are different local specific JSs are supporting. So if we see such files, IATN, see, these are all different locals. Okay, so if you want to France, so if we use this France, this JS file here, it will display date and currency in France local. Now if we refresh it, see, Dimanachi 27 March 2016 and 5,000, that currency, that France currency. So likewise we can support multiple languages in Angular. We can support the internationalization in AngularJS. Okay, so this is about internationalization. Next one is ng-clock. So ng-clock is one directive we can use in our in AngularJS to avoid the flickers in application. See, when you develop, now I am developing on small pages, so I am not using different module in the same page. So I am simple application, simple page I am developing. So in this case, I will not get any flickers. So if I use any videos or images in a page, then sometime the page while loading time flickers will come. So means some part will display, after that some part while page loading some part will display, again it will display some more part, like that some flickers come. To avoid such flickers, we use ng clock directive. Always we use this ng clock directive normally in body level. Okay, suppose rest resources.html. so here ng clock we will use. So this ng clock directive, it will avoid the flicker effects in the web pages. So class, it is a class, and if you use like this, it will avoid the flicker effects in web page. Okay, so this is simple concept. It is normally we can while in real time application, while you are going to developing, that time you should define this ng clock to avoid unnecessary flickers in page loading. So we cannot replicate the flicker effect in this application, in these applications. So in real time applications we can apply this, we can replicate these flickers, and we can know that what is flickers and all. But here we cannot replicate that flicker effect. So that's why I am just explaining you what is ng clock and how it will work. That's it. So till now we discuss all concepts in AngularJS. So this Angular demo is my project. Here I explain each and every concept about AngularJS. Now in real time also, there is no specific project structure for JavaScript. First thing, if you have Java or web application development, you can use certain structure, class path, such a project setup we need to do when developing any web application using Java or any other .NET application. But when coming to AngularJS or JavaScript programs or CSS, we don't have such a defined project structure to implement it. So what we can do is for JS files we keep it in one folder, for CSS file we keep it in one folder, and HTML pages we keep it in one folder, and that folder we will point when so that is how we will define the folder structure for resources, HTML resource or JS resource or CSS resource, whatever it is. We create one folder and keep it as a one organized way. Okay, so there is no specific structure for JavaScript programs. Now this is about JavaScript. Now this Angular demo I am taking as a one project. Now what I am going to do is I am deploying this Angular demo in Angular. So I am making as Angular demo. Project. So it contains some HTML files. So this I am going to deploying in web server. So copy, and I am going to deploying in Apache Tomcat 8.0. Drive program files, Apache Tomcat 8.0, web apps. Here I am going to deploying it, Angular demo. Now I will start the server. VDA start. So this is how I am starting my server. So it is going to starting. Okay, server is started now. Now I will access my pages. So localhost 8080 and project name I am giving as Angular demo. So inside Angular demo, whatever the files we have, welcome.html. Yes, see, it is going to service context. So routing we are implemented, so that is working. In the same way, directives.html. So these directives, we discuss all directives. So that is how we can deploy our application in Tomcat server. Okay, so in real time also, once you can, after testing in local, you have to deploy in server, then you have to test whether that is working properly in server or not. So that is about deployment. So we don't have any build to build the application for JavaScript. Okay, and there are some tools, Jasmine and some other frameworks, so we can use those frameworks for testing these Angular scripts, but there is no separate build file to build the application. So in Java we have Ant and Maven to build the application, but here we don't have such tools to build our application. It is a JavaScript application, so there we maintain the files in a one pattern, like all script files should be in one folder, and all JS file in one, all HTML files in one folder, all CSS files in one folder. So that is how we can prepare the folder structure and directly we place into the server. So that's about build and deployment process. Okay, so thanks everyone, thanks for watching. So now we discuss about a few FAQs. So mostly in interviews, what questions they ask in AngularJS. So most of the questions they ask, whatever we discussed so far, that they ask more out of 100, 99% they will ask those questions only. Okay, how the questions they will ask like this: what is dependency injection, data binding, scope, controller, services, filter, directives, templates, routing, AngularJS boot process, MVC, how to validate data. So dependency injection we already discussed. That is, so some services are provided in AngularJS, so that services you want to use in your application, you can inject those services in controller or config or wherever it is. So using that we can use those services. That is called the dependencies, the services we can inject in our application, that is called dependency injection. Okay, so for that services you no need to create again the same services. Whatever the services they have provided, that we are using it. Okay, in the same way the services you also can create it, that services also you can inject it. And data binding, so how we can bind the data. So we can display the data on view using double angular, using that is called expression where. So if we use that expression, we can display the data in web page. In the same way ng model, so using ng model also we can display the data. And ng bind, so ng bind also one way to display the data. So these are all different directives we have in order to bind with data. Next one, scope. So scope is tell, so the scope you create, see in AngularJS there are two scopes. One is parent scope, that is root scope. Another one is child scope, that is normally whatever we worked so far, that is child scope. So root scope, it will always pointing to the root application. We can access root application values, we can go for $root scope. But till now, but for our application, if we use $scope, that is a child scope, that is application scope. So that is specific to that controller only. And controllers, so controllers we have created, it is the intermediate between view and model. So every request from the view, it is handled by the controller. In the same way, from anything, if you want to display on web page, it will be it can be possible, it will be possible only through controllers. So services, there are so many predefined services in AngularJS, $HTTP, $scope, $Q, and there are many $ng resource. So that are all predefined services. We have worked with those services, and as well as we also can create our own services. Okay, so we can create services using factory method, constant, value, decorator, and factory and provider, service. So using these methods we can create our own services. So for each service have its own functionality. So for constant is used to create a constant value constants, and value service is used to create a value service. So if you create a constant, you cannot modify it. If you create a value, you can modify it. For provider, see, provider service we can build on top of $get service. So this $get service, $get method, $provider we can build on top of $get method. So this $get method we use in provider service. Factory method, so factory method we can, so that is internally it built on top of provider. Okay, so this service we can use to fetch some references of a object, then we go for factory. In the same way, service it is a constructor. We use this to define multiple service in the construction. Suppose add, subtract, multiplication, such services if we want to implementing in the one constructor, then we go for the service constructor. Next, filter, we can apply the filter on data. Okay, so we can make as a we can make the data in uppercase, we can make the data in lowercase, and we can order by and filter based on search. So that filter types we can apply, so that we discuss. And directives, there are different directives in Angular provided: ng bind, ng app, ng repeat. Okay, so these are all directives defined by Angular. We use, so these directives are a front end intimator, front end pointers to interact with the backend. Okay, so using Angular directive you can interact with the backend Angular script. So in that case we go for directives, and we can create our own directives also. So those directives using, there are in the element level and attribute level and class level and comment level. So in this 4 level we can create our own attribute. Okay, and while creating attributes we should follow camel case notation. Okay, and if we change anything it will not work. So whatever the name you have defined, based on that you have created the directive in front end. So if you change anything change, then that directive will not work. Next one is template is nothing but HTML. So HTML is a template. Inline templates also we can create, and normally templates we can create to display the web pages. And routing, so see, when we are going to developing single page application, we follow this concept routing. So for displaying for single page application, we need to get another JS file, angular route.js file. That JS file we need to develop routing application, I mean single page application. So in routing we have to create one view, placeholder ng view, and $route provider is a service that will map your request to the view. So if you specify login, so the login view, the login request to point to login view is the $route provider is responsible to map the login with login view. In the same way, register with register view, and the same way logout with logout view. So this $route provider is responsible to map the request with the view. and so this routing we can configure in the config function. We will not use any controller. I mean, to make a routing we no need controller. So controller is for data with model, model with view. So for configuration, this routing we can do in configuration. We will not do in controller. Next one is Angular boot process. So Angular boot process, if you are define JavaScript src equal to angular.js file. So when your HTML page is loading on the browser, one object will be created for Angular. So Angular will create one object, so that is DOM object. So it will bind with the script with your document or your view. So what and all directives and what and all services and what and all configuration you have done, so that and all it will be identified at the time of page loading on browser. So MVC means model view controller. So AngularJS is a MVC framework on top of JavaScript. So some data it is coming to display the data in view, we have a controller. So Angular is a MVC framework which come up with such implementation, MVC architecture implementation in JavaScript programming. So that we can see it, that is called MVC. How to validate data? So from data validation, it means form validation, we have discussed ng pristine, ng dirty, ng valid and ng invalid. So ng pristine, it is a fresh body. Once the form is loaded, so that form is ng pristine state. So these are all states of a form. So once the form is loaded, that is fresh form. So the state is ng pristine. If you change something, then that form is going to ng dirty. And if any of the control inside in form is invalid, then whole form is invalid. And if every control in form is valid, then whole form is valid. So there are different classes. We have ng pristine, ng dirty, ng valid, ng invalid. In the same way, we have some services dollar dirty, dollar valid, dollar invalid. So these services we have to track the errors. Okay, so we use these services in form validation. Okay, so majorly they ask the questions on these topics only. That's it about this interview questions.